Hi, this is Kat Williamson, and this is a presentation about my collection of digital images. This collection consists of digital photographs taken by my father, Michael Warren. He's an avid amateur photographer, and these photos represent some of what I think is his best work. They're all photographs of either landscapes or landmarks. I didn't want to include any of his portrait photography, although it is fantastic, in order to keep the collection consistent. These photographs were mostly taken in the United States, but I also included a photograph from Stonehenge from whenever he traveled to the UK abroad. Um, the photographs mostly are of places that are pretty well known. For example, the one in the top left is number 2 Meeting Street in Charleston, South Carolina. The middle one is the Jefferson Memorial. And then the landscape on the bottom is the Badlands in North Dakota at Theodore Roosevelt National Park. So on this page and throughout this presentation, I'm using photos from my collection. I'm not actually a person who naturally keeps collections other than books, so I decided to ask my father if he minded if I used his digital photography for the collection. He has all of his photos uploaded onto the website Flickr, which helped greatly with this project. It just allowed me to be able to find them easily and sort through and decide which photos to keep and which ones to not use. So for those who are not familiar with Flickr, Flickr has an amazing amount of metadata that is uploaded with the photos. It's embedded in the photos before they are uploaded, and then Flickr displays it really nicely so it can be used. There's a button that you can click in the gallery that will show all the EXIF metadata. This shows what kind of camera it was taken on, the camera settings, when it was modified, when the photograph was taken, and more. I decided whenever I was starting this project that I was going to stick to simple Dublin core, so I didn't use some of the metadata that was displayed, but if I wanted to get further into the metadata, I could have included a ton more. So I use the Library of Congress subject headings for my collection. I use them because I felt like that's what most people are familiar with. However, due to what was depicted in some of my photos, the subject headings were sometimes felt a bit clunky. For example, in this photo right here, um, it's a beautiful photo of a fully flowering canola field just outside of Minot, North Dakota, and it was very hard to think of and then find subject headings to describe this. Um, But on the other hand, I really enjoyed using the Getty Thesaurus of Geographic Names. I really liked this because I could narrow down places as much as I wanted to, or expand out the location as much as I wanted to how I felt most people would be looking for these photographs in a database. I found entering the data took much longer than creating the map for the metadata. I feel like you really need to be cognizant of the rules that you decide upon when entering the metadata, which makes it take a lot longer than you would think it would. I also tried to keep my metadata more consistent by formatting the columns in Excel. I was especially concerned about the date fields because I've seen so many messy records that are usually due to the date field being inconsistent. So I went ahead and formatted that column for the dates created, the dates modified, etc., so that it would always be considered consistent no matter what way a date was entered into the columns. I just really wanted to say that I enjoyed making this collection, and I plan on sharing it with my father soon. He works in a computer field and knows a little bit about metadata himself, so I figured it'd be something cool for him to look at. And I really wanted to say it's been a joy working with you guys all during our time here in this class. It's been my last semester here at Wayne State, and I've thoroughly enjoyed spending it with you guys in class. I also wish you all the best in the future.